Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 10th of September 2024. Now the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market, guys, has marginally pumped up, but I really am not liking the numbers because last week as the economic data was out, and truth be told, that data will definitely have a negative impact on the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for the next coming weeks and months. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, how the market actually reacts to this news. And with US elections coming up, I'm pretty much sure there's going to be extreme volatility, isn't it? But that thing being said, guys, as I've been saying since the last few days, 18th of September is when Fed Chair Jerome Powell will be reducing the interest rate. So it's going to be really interesting to see if he does actually reduce it by 25 basis points or 50 basis points. And whatever decision he makes, guys, that will definitely set the stage for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for this particular month and the following months as well. Now in today's episode, guys, I want to go and touch base on some really interesting metrics that is connected to Bitcoin mining industry. Now look, guys, whenever there is a halving, one of the industries that suffers the most is the Bitcoin mining industry. And since the last few months, I'm talking about Bitcoin companies where they are not making a lot of money, and because of that, they have to shut down the mining operations. Or in worst cases, guys, some of these companies are overtaken by massive companies. And could that lead to centralization? I'm definitely hoping that does not happen. So in today's episode, I'll just go ahead and run through some Bitcoin miners and just share some numbers as to how many Bitcoins they have mined and have they been benefited by the previous months or the numbers have actually gone down. Now regarding Bitcoin, guys, we do have some really interesting update all the way from Australia. And Australia, guys, they did go ahead and launch a spot Bitcoin ETF, isn't it? Now they are coming up with something called as proof of reserve, and Monochrome Asset Management will become the first Australian Bitcoin spot ETF to implement something called as proof of reserve verification. Definitely interesting news in my opinion, so I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now look, guys, I cannot stress, don't trust but verify is the motto that we all should be living in, isn't it? Particularly when we talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. Now we do have another interesting news, guys, and this is a positive development so far stablecoins is concerned. And BBVA, which is one of the leading banking firms, they are incorporating Circle's USDC. Definitely positive news. Now look, as in 2023, Circle has been making quite a lot of partnership, and I was under the anticipation that in 2024 or hopefully by 2025, Circle volume definitely picks up pace because looks like they want to go ahead and onboard more users. Now regarding this news, guys, this is definitely positive news, not just for stable coins, but for regular people who want to go ahead and use cryptocurrency as well, in my opinion. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now we do have another positive news, and this is all the way from Latvia. And Latvia Central Bank, they're offering free pre-licensing consultation, and looks like they want to go ahead and educate the licensees so that they go ahead and take the right move. And looks like Latvia Central Bank, they are focusing on European Union's MiCA regulation as well. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the final news, guys, has to do with Tether USDT, and looks like they are branching the operation in different sectors. And the news essentially is that Tether, they have invested $100 million in a company called as Adecoagro, who are a major agricultural conglomerate in Argentina. So it looks like, guys, they want to go ahead and take farming industry quite seriously. And who's to say, guys, Tether might be actively involved in tokenization as well. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is a massive one. And this is essentially a report that has been published in Saudi Arabia. And the Saudi Data of Artificial Intelligence President, he has unveiled a report called a State of AI in Saudi Arabia. And look, guys, what I really want to do is, I want to go ahead and release a standalone episode regarding the report. Now, if you do want to go ahead and collaborate in releasing a standalone episode or want to go ahead and sponsor that episode, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out some basic level information regarding that report, and I'd really recommend you guys to go ahead and read through the entire report, guys, because they're touching base on different sectors and subsectors in artificial intelligence. And look, guys, I've always said this, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, Saudi Arabia is definitely taking leaps and bounds in comparison to other countries, isn't it? Definitely positive news, not just for Saudi Arabia, but for the Middle East region, I guess. Now, the second news, guys, is more of an event that is scheduled to take place. That is called as Evolve 2024. And this is more catered to startups trying to build something in artificial intelligence. And this is done by Cloudera. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, are you ready to unleash the wolf within guys? Now listen guys, if you're passionate about adventure, looking to escape the summer heat, Wolfpack Adventures, they have got precisely something for you. They invited the Snake Canyon Adventure in Valiat, Oman, which is taking place on the 21st and 22nd of this month. Now this is not going to be an ordinary event guys. This thrilling 2-day adventure does involve a 1-night canoeing experience, and it is designed for adventures of all levels, from beginners to seasoned explorers as well. Now mind you guys, there are only 20 spots available now, and this is an exclusive adventure event you don't want to miss, and all of this is only for 650 dirhams. Now listen guys, you need to hurry on this because the deadline to register is on the 17th of September. Now if you do want to learn more guys, in the show notes below there is a WhatsApp group, so definitely feel free to sign up and definitely go to the itinerary as well. Now look guys, this event is an absolutely massive one, and Wolfpack Adventures guys, they're kind of like the OGs of us hiking and adventures concerned. You definitely don't want to miss this. So unleash the wolf within and let's make this September one to remember, and hopefully guys you participate in this event and many more events by them. Next, guys listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now yesterday guys, the global cryptocurrency market was below the $2 trillion mark, isn't it? But looks like the global cryptocurrency market has slightly pumped up and it has barely crossed the $2 trillion mark. As a matter of fact guys, the global cryptocurrency market is at $2.01 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.67%. Now if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume guys, it is slightly below the $70 billion mark. It is only at $69.08 billion, and since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 48.26%. Now look guys, these numbers are definitely not great, considering the fact that last week, the prices plummeted miserably, isn't it? In an idealistic world guys, this number should have been around the $100 to $120 billion mark. Then I would be confident that in the next coming days and weeks, that the prices might be pumping up. And one thing which I always suggest guys is to look at the volume of stable coins compared with the 24-hour trading volume. And unfortunately guys, the numbers are not that great. It is not extremely bad, but I would say it is somewhere between the bad and good area. So I'll definitely go ahead and share those numbers. But before that guys, let's look at a matrix which does not pump up at all. That is the volume in DeFi. And the volume in DeFi guys as of today is at $3.29 billion. And DeFi as of today is accounting for only 4.76% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now what I want to do is guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, I want to go ahead and touch base on how we can go ahead and improve customer support or customer experience or user experience of far as DeFi, blockchain and cryptocurrency is concerned. Now the reason why I wanted to do this is via LinkedIn, someone did actually post a lot of benefits of DeFi. Now I 100% agree to it, but when you talk about the numbers guys, the numbers of DeFi is not increasing at all, isn't it? So I thought let me go ahead and share ways how we can go ahead and possibly improve the user experience when we use cryptocurrencies and blockchain, and I'll definitely go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. Now let me quickly run through the numbers of DeFi guys, because the volume is only at $3.29 billion, and DeFi as of today is accounting for only 4.76% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And if you look at the total value locked, it is below the $80 billion mark. It is only at $79.10 billion, with Lido still dominating at $22.95 billion. And one metric guys which I'm really not liking, that is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance. And unfortunately guys, it is only at 16.35%. Now look guys, we talk so much about decentralization. We harp so much about the negative aspects of centralization, isn't it? Unfortunately guys, people are still using a lot of centralized exchanges. Now mind you guys, this number of 16.35% is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and I wouldn't be surprised more than 10% of it are actually being used by centralized exchanges. So the actual number of individual people using decentralized exchanges might actually just be in the single percentage number. That's at least what the data says, isn't it? Now so far as the volume of decentralized exchanges is concerned, Uniswap's number is marginally pumped up, and today it is at $1.25 billion, with PancakeSwap at number 2nd. Its volume is $579.85 million. Orca's at number 3rd. Its volume is $322.68 million. Radium Gas is at number 4th. Its volume is $277.16 million. And Aerodrome Gas is at number 5th. Its volume is $202.7 million. Now regarding Radium guys, what I tried to do earlier on today while I was preparing for this episode, I tried to look at decentralized apps, and looks like Radium's number is definitely leading the pack by a really long margin. I really am hoping they're not doing any notorious activity. So what I'll be doing guys on Thursday, I tend to go live with a good friend of mine, that is Marco Shantita, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what is Radium doing and why there is a massive anomaly. Now, at the outset, guys, the numbers definitely look great. And looks like so far as decentralized apps is concerned, Radium is leading by an absolutely massive margin. So I'll definitely go ahead and investigate, and I'll go ahead and share some interesting metrics, because if I'm not mistaken, guys, Radium works only on Solana blockchain, isn't it? And so far as decentralized apps is concerned, among all blockchain protocol, Radium is leading the pack by a really long shot. That, to be honest, definitely seems great, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now let me quickly run to the volume of stablecoins, because the numbers, as I mentioned earlier, guys, could have been significantly higher than what it is right now. Because right now it is only at $63.82 billion, and stablecoins as of today is accounting for 92.44% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of the $63.82 billion, guys, Tether USDT is accounting for $52.62 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $6.35 billion, and FDUSD, guys, it is at number 3rd, and its volume is $4.25 billion. Now, if you look at the market cap, guys, thankfully Bitcoin's market cap is about the $1 trillion mark. It is at $1.11 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap, guys, is well below the $300 billion mark. It is at $281 billion. Now, so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $33.77 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $15.39 billion. Now look, guys, as I mentioned earlier, what we need to do is look at the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges compared with the volume of stable coins, and then look at the 24-hour volume, and that gives us an idea as to which direction the prices would be heading towards. It would be great if, let's say, if you have the 24-hour volume of centralized exchanges as well, but look, so far centralized exchange is concerned, we need to go ahead and possibly check it on each and every centralized exchange, isn't it? Now, I'm pretty much sure, guys, there are some reports who actually do that. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is combine all those four, and probably you can use artificial intelligence, and that would give you some idea as to which direction the prices would be heading towards, isn't it? Unfortunately, guys, I would really like to see the number at least 10 to 20% higher than what it is, considering the fact that last week, the prices of Bitcoin did actually go below the $54,000 mark, isn't it? So keeping all these things in mind, guys, I was really hoping that the number is at least 10 to 20% higher than what it is. Let's see, guys, hopefully the number changes by Wednesdays and Thursdays. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, it is at 56.05%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 14.10%. Now, what I want to do next, guys, is I want to run through the market cap of lending tokens, and it's no surprise that Aave is leading the pack, and its market cap is at $2.09 billion. MakerDAO, guys, is at number 2nd, and its market cap is at $1.50 billion. Compound is at number 3rd, and look at the difference between the 2nd and the 3rd one, guys. The 3rd one, that is Compound, its market cap is only at $369 million. A massive difference between the 2nd and 3rd one, isn't it? The 4th one is Goldfinch. Its market cap is $194 million. And the 5th one, guys, is Credit Coin. Its market cap is $152 million. Now, what I want to do next, guys, is I want to go ahead and discuss, when we talk about distributed or decentralized system, how can we offer better customer support and better user experience? Because look, in an idealistic world, guys, when you talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, there should be no customer support, as there is no centralized entity offering them, isn't it? So what I did, guys, I used ChatGPT 4.0, and I asked ChatGPT 4.0 to come up with some suggestions. So let's see, guys, what they have in store for us. So what ChatGPT 4 says, in order to expound on decentralized customer support in blockchain cryptocurrencies or Web 3.0, they're offering suggestions such as how to offer customer support, that is decentralized autonomous organization. They're discussing smart contracts for automated issue resolution. It is also suggesting peer-to-peer support for tokenized reputation system. What about decentralized knowledge bases and chatbots? That is a great idea in my opinion. They've also suggested peer-to-peer help desk, so I'll go ahead and give out more information. But what I'm really curious to check, guys, is with the use of artificial intelligence, could it be possible for us to offer a decentralized customer support using artificial intelligence? So I'll go ahead and discuss AI-powered chatbots for Web3 support, AI-based personalized issue resolution, AI support communities as well. That would be absolutely wicked and wild, isn't it? Because look, guys, when you talk about artificial intelligence, we don't necessarily have the human element involved, isn't it? And I'm hoping that they're not politically aligned to either parties, and I'm hoping that they're completely fair without making any bias or prejudice towards human. So let me know, guys, if you do have any alternative suggestions where customer support can be bettered in the blockchain, cryptocurrency, or Web3 space. Now regarding decentralized autonomous organization for customer support, guys, what ChatGPT-4 says, in a DAO-driven support model, users and contributors govern how customer support is provided, rewarded and improved as well, and this is particularly useful in decentralized apps and even blockchain protocols, where users may face technical issues like transaction failing or interacting with smart contracts. Now look, so far as DAO is concerned, we know about decentralized governance, isn't it? And what happens in a DAO governance is, instead of a centralized authority dictating support policies, community members vote in key changes, and a proposal system allows new support mechanism to be introduced, modified or removed by consensus, and this kind of works like an incentive mechanism, isn't it? And decentralized autonomous organizations can incentivize the members to provide support through token rewards, and those who answer questions or even create, let's say, educational content or help resolve bugs or compensation in tokens, they can be rewarded with this token, and this will ensure active community involvement. Now it's really important to understand, guys, that when we talk about incentivization, usually it is the foundation who will be able to do that, isn't it? Now regarding foundations, guys, they need to go out and follow really stringent rules and regulations, and they need to abide by laws in whichever jurisdiction they are working on. Now ChatGPT-4, guys, also talks about smart contract for automated issue resolution. And look, guys, smart contracts can handle a wide array of customer service tasks, and they can do that by automating processes which were traditionally managed by centralized support team, isn't it? And this could include things like handling token swaps, verifying transactions, processing refunds, or resolving disputes. Now ChatGPT-4, guys, is also recommending automation through code, and this is under the banner of smart contracts. So things like common issues like lost private key that is handled by multi-signature wallets, failed transactions, or token swaps can be automatically resolved by pre-coded logic, so there's no need for centralized mediation, as smart contracts themselves execute based on predefined conditions. Now the example I can think of is Uniswap, because there is no need for users to contact a help desk for issues that are related to liquidity or trading. Everything is handled by smart contracts, and this ensures decentralization as well as instant issue resolution. Now look, guys, if you're someone who has faced a problem with Uniswap, definitely mention them in the comments below, because I definitely would like to know your experience regarding this. Now the third one, guys, that ChatGPT-4 is talking about is peer-to-peer support with tokenized reputation system. And look, a peer-to-peer support network can be built where users offer support to each other, and a reputation or token system ensures that more helpful a user is, the more they earn in tokens or reputation rewards, and this creates a system where the community provides support rather than a centralized team. Now look, guys, knowing human greed, could it be possible that, let's say, person A does go ahead and create an artificial problem, and the person B, which is associated with person A, goes ahead and solves it, and then they go ahead and earn tokens and share it between them? That is definitely a possibility, isn't it? And this goes back to what I often say, isn't it? Satoshi Nakamoto unfortunately could not solve the human greed, and human greed merging with game theory is still a problem that yet needs to be solved, isn't it? Now regarding peer-to-peer support network, guys, users can rate and rank each other based on quality of the answers, creating a reputation system that encourages helpful and accurate responses, and those with the highest reputation are more visible and likely to receive more queries. Now look, guys, it sounds really great, but in reality, guys, things won't operate as smoothly, isn't it? It would be like I scratch your back and you scratch my back in return kind of a thing. Now regarding peer-to-peer support, let's talk about token incentives, because users can earn token for providing quality answers, which can be traded or staked for additional privileges in the platform. Now look, guys, this idea in theory sounds really great, but in practice is extremely difficult. Now let me talk about the fourth thing that ChatGPT first put out, that is decentralized knowledge bases and chatbots. And self-service options such as knowledge bases and AI-powered chatbots can be hosted on decentralized storages like RPFS, and this would allow for support content to be freely accessible in a decentralized manner, ensuring that there is no single point of control. But look, guys, we always like to go and talk to someone, isn't it? And whenever we have a problem, probably go and send an email. That way we know that we're actually talking to a human being. But could it be possible that we as humans need to evolve in that? Definitely a possibility, isn't it? Now ChatGPT-4 is also talking about decentralized knowledge base, and it is essentially a wiki or FAQ platform that can be built on decentralized infrastructure, which allows users to contribute, edit and update support content as the issue is resolved. And since it is hosted by a decentralized storage network, no single entity can take it down or modify it unilaterally. Now look, guys, I definitely do have a problem with this, because this is the area where token kicks in, isn't it? And what happens in a real world? when let's say a blockchain protocol is launched, the token holders, they are the ones who got to make a centralized decision, and most often than not, they also kick out people who are not agreeing to them. That is just the fact, at least for now. Now the final thing, ChatGPT is talking about peer-to-peer help desk, and in this model, users can submit support tickets to a decentralized network where contributors who are kind of like community members can pick up and resolve this issue, and instead of having a central support team, this creates a P2P help desk where the community resolves user queries. Now look guys, this might sound great, but let's say if someone is rewarded by this, it is going back to the same thing, that is I scratch your back and you scratch my back, isn't it? And ChatGPT Focus is also talking about decentralized ticketing system where tickets are posted on a decentralized platform and contributors with relevant expertise try to solve them, and contributors are rewarded based on consensus or community voting, ensuring that only quality support is incentivized. But like I said guys, this in theory sounds great, but in an actual world, things don't work smoothly. Now what I want to do next guys is, I want to go and discuss how artificial intelligence can be used for decentralized customer support, because look guys, when you talk about artificial intelligence, AI has the potential to revolutionize customer support in a decentralized space, and they can do that by offering 24/7 customer service, automated frequent queries, and this would kind of reduce the cost as well, isn't it? And more importantly, this can be achieved without centralization, and this can be done by deploying AI models within decentralized ecosystem, ensuring that no single entity controls the artificial intelligence. So I want to go in touch base on 3 areas guys. The first one is AI powered chatbot for Web3 support, the second one is AI based personalized issue resolution, and the third one is AI support communities. Now regarding AI powered chatbots for Web3 support guys, AI chatbots trade on blockchain data, can provide instant, decentralized support for users interacting with decentralized apps, smart contracts and wallets as well, and these chatbots can operate independently and be hosted on decentralized networks like IPFS or even through decentralized cloud services like Akash network, and the AI models and the training data are stored in decentralized network, ensuring that support system is not owned by a central entity, and the chatbot guys will provide real-time responses for frequent queries, guiding users through processes like token transfers, smart contract interaction or staking. Now the classic example I can think of is an AI-powered chatbot that is hosted on Akash or Golem network. They could provide decentralized support for DeFi applications, and they might be able to guide users through tasks like providing liquidity and understanding gas fees. Now the next one guys I do feel is game changer, and that is AI-based personalized issue resolution. Now look guys, artificial intelligence can analyze transaction histories and blockchain activity, and then they can offer personalized support for troubleshooting issues such as stock transactions, gas fee miscalculations, or even missing tokens, and these models can be embedded directly into decentralized apps to go and offer seamless and automated support. Now look guys, in the next few years, the improvement in artificial intelligence will be tenfold, maybe 100 or 1000-fold as well, isn't it? And more importantly, there will be no centralized control, and the AI will be governed by smart contract, ensuring that the logic behind support is transparent and immutable, and this would allow users to trust that artificial intelligence isn't based or controlled by a centralized entity. Now I'm not sure guys if you looked at Althea AI, because they do offer decentralized AI for content creation, and a similar approach could be used for AI-based troubleshooting in Web3, where support agent uses real-time blockchain data to resolve user queries. Now the final thing is regarding AI support communities, and artificial intelligence guys can be combined with tokenized reputation systems where artificial intelligence model helps with support, but human moderators on tokens by validating AI responses, and this hybrid approach ensures the accuracy of AI generated support while decentralizing the overall support system. So look guys, when you talk about hybrid artificial intelligence in human systems, AI would handle common issues while human steps in to resolve more complex problems, and the community essentially governs the AI, ensuring that its training data and response models are continually updated without centralized oversight. So look guys, the benefits of using AI and decentralized support can definitely crack down to 2 things, that is time, cost and quality, isn't it? I do feel it will be extremely cost effective, and there will be pretty much no cost associated to hire a centralized support team or even agents for that matter, as AI provides support autonomously and reduces operational costs. Now regarding quality guys, I'm pretty much sure right now we are not there yet, but in the next coming months and years, we have seen the drastic improvement in ChatGPT 4 and it. Now regarding time guys, when you talk about AI agents, they are available 24/7, and sometimes when you call a bank, we have to be on hold for a couple of minutes, couple of hours in certain cases. In case of AI, guys, the availability of the time to receive responses could be pretty much instant, isn't it? So I do feel, guys, that AI in customer support in Web3, blockchain, and cryptocurrencies could definitely be a game changer. Now, it's really important to note that the AI is governed by smart contracts and decentralized logic, thereby reducing bias and ensuring transparent and consistent support. So look, guys, the overall thing I can say, decentralized customer support in the blockchain, cryptocurrency, or Web3 space is both feasible and necessary to align with the ethos of decentralization, and by leveraging decentralized autonomous organizations, smart contracts, peer-to-peer network, and even artificial intelligence, support can be provided without compromising on decentralization. AI in particular, guys, offers scalable, low-cost and always-on support that can be hosted in decentralized manner, providing a balance between user convenience and decentralization. Those are my honest points. Now, if you do have anything to add, guys, mention them in the comments below, or you can also drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, because the price of Bitcoin, guys, is marginally bumped up, but it is definitely not doing that great. It is at $56,773, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 3.11%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.26%, and that is purely because of the economic data that was out last week, isn't it? Now, the second one, guys, is Ethereum, and it is at $2,345, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.83%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 7.24%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, has actually crossed the $500 mark once again. It is at $516, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.67%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.54%. Now look, guys, because of the economic data, the prices of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies has gone down, and one of the industries that suffers the most is the Bitcoin mining industry. And to couple it up with Bitcoin halving, where the newly minted Bitcoin is half, a lot of the miners, they are actually currently struggling right now. So what I want to do is, I just want to run through some numbers and share the state of Bitcoin miners, guys, because BitDigital, guys, they have mined 53.4 Bitcoin, which is actually down 12% from July, and the hash rate has slightly decreased as well. And Argo blockchain, guys, they mined 38 Bitcoins, which is actually down from 48 Bitcoin they actually mined in July. And Hive Digital Technologies, guys, they mined a staggering 112 Bitcoin, but they are down from 116 Bitcoin that they mined in July. Now, TeraWulf, guys, they actually mined 184 Bitcoin, and the number of Bitcoin mined is actually up from the previous month, because in the previous month they only mined 155 Bitcoin. But it's really important to note, guys, in doing so, the energy cost for them increased as well. Now, Marathon Digital Holding, guys, which is one of the kings so far as Bitcoin mining is concerned, they actually mined 673 Bitcoin, but in comparison to July, they are actually down, because in the month of July, they mined 692 Bitcoin. Now, so far as CleanSpark is concerned, guys, they mined 478 Bitcoin, down from 494 Bitcoin in the month of July. Now, so far as Bitfarm is concerned, they mined 233 Bitcoin, and in the previous month, they mined 253 Bitcoin. Riot Platform, guys, they mined 322 Bitcoin, down from 370 Bitcoin in July. Now, look, guys, it's really important to note that Riot Bitcoin currently holds over 10,000 Bitcoins, and they haven't sold absolutely any Bitcoin in August. Now, regarding BitDeer Group, guys, unfortunately, they saw revenue grow despite a net loss. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this number, guys, because whenever there's a Bitcoin halving, the newly minted Bitcoin is reduced, and because the prices of Bitcoin are going down, miners tend to suffer a lot, isn't it? And this happens in every Bitcoin halving cycle. But look, guys, as and when these companies tend to go long, in the long-term horizon, they would be benefited. But look, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of these companies that I mentioned will be merging up or acquired by other companies. And could this actually lead to centralization? That is a very high possibility, isn't it? So look, as the overall Bitcoin mining production has definitely decreased for most companies in August, and this was due to increased mining difficulty. And roughly around last week, guys, the Bitcoin mining difficulty got adjusted as well, isn't it? So look, as the Bitcoin mining industry is definitely in a red state right now, and if the prices don't increase, let's say for the next coming months, I'm pretty much sure a lot of the Bitcoin miners will be shutting down the operation. That is my honest thoughts. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting news all the way from Australia. And Monochrome Asset Management's Bitcoin ETF, that is monochrome Bitcoin ETF, the ticker symbol of which is IBTC, will become the first Australian spot Bitcoin ETF to go ahead and implement proof of reserve verification, and they're doing that through a new partnership with Oseki. And the ETF, guys, was launched earlier this year, and they accumulated 134 Bitcoin, which was worth around 11 million Australian dollars. Now, so far as Oseki is concerned, Oseki's advanced verification process will provide daily, independently verified proof that IBTC's Bitcoin holdings are fully accounted for, thereby ensuring transparency. Now look, guys, what if Oseki is compromised? That defeats the whole purpose of having proof of reserve, isn't it? That is one of the reasons why, guys, when we talk about proof of reserve, it cannot be handled to a centralized entity. But nonetheless, guys, going back to this news, based on the article via bitcoinmagazine.com, this move underscores Monochrome's commitment to high standards of integrity in ETF industry, and it may encourage wider adoption of similar verification measures. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding this verification system? Ideally, guys, I'd like to see this verification system to be completely open source for absolutely anyone in the world to go ahead and verify where the bitcoins are actually stored. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting news, and this is to do with BBVA and Circle USDC. Now, the next news, guys, is regarding a retail bank from Spain, and they are incorporating Circle USDC in Switzerland. Now, BBVA, guys, is a Spanish multinational financial service provider, and they're based in Madrid and Bilbao in Spain. And look, guys, BBVA is one of the largest financial institutions in the world and is currently operating in other regions as well, such as Spain, Portugal, Mexico, Romania, and Italy as well. And BBVA, guys, they are a leading bank in Switzerland, and they have incorporated Circle USDC, which is a leading stable coin, and they are doing that into a crypto asset service in Switzerland. Now, this integration, guys, allows institutional and private banking clients to go ahead and manage, exchange, and even convert USDC alongside traditional investments on the same platform. Now, look, how so far Circle USDC is concerned, they provide efficient, secure transactions and is fully backed by liquid assets, and they offer stability and cryptocurrency volatility as well as in it. And I do feel, guys, that BBVA's move follows its early adoption of Bitcoin and Ethereum and enhances its digital asset service, and this makes it a pioneer among European banks. Now look, as the bank also offers similar services in Turkey, and they're doing that to guarantee BBVA digital assets, so definitely positive news, I guess. And look, as I mentioned earlier in the episode as well, so far Circle USDC is concerned, in 2023 they were making quite a lot of partnerships, but truth be told, guys, I'm yet to see the benefits of it, and I wouldn't be surprised, let's say 3 to 5 years down the line, they will be aggressively competing with Tether USDT. Now right now the numbers are not even close. Tether USDT's volume is almost 10 times of Circle USDC, but over time, and because of these partnerships, I'm pretty much sure the use case of Circle USDC might actually increase. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news all the way from Latvia. And Latvia's central bank is offering pre-licensing consultation to crypto asset service providers, and this is ahead of EU's MiCA regulations, which starts on January 2025, isn't it? Now, this initiative, guys, helps companies understand and comply with new rules, positioning Latvia as a crypto hub in the European Union. Now, this move, guys, follows Latvia's recent introduction of the crypto asset service law and investment in digital innovation as well. And lately, guys, France is also accepting crypto as a service provider applications, and they are doing that in preparation for MiCA. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if all the crypto asset service providers do actually go ahead and bend the knee to MiCA regulations. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting news from Tether. And Tether, guys, they have invested nearly $100 million for a nearly 10% stake in Adecoagro, which is a major agricultural conglomerate in Argentina, and they are known for the role in tokenization of agricultural commodities through platform like Agrotoken. Now, Agrotoken, guys, was co-founded by Adecoagro and has developed stablecoins like Soya, Cora, and V as well, and they allow grain producers to tokenize their crops as digital assets. Now, Tether's investment, guys, definitely aligns with the broader tokenization strategy, isn't it? And based on my research, guys, they also want to go ahead and launch their own tokenization platform later this year. Now, regarding Adecoagro, guys, they own 235,000 hectares of farmland across Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay as well. And so far as the token is concerned, that is Agrotoken, they have transacted $70 million in tokenized commodities. Now, look, Tether definitely sees land as a key asset and looks like it is complementing the investment in Bitcoin and gold, isn't it? Definitely positive news in my opinion. So these were the newscasts in the cryptocurrency blockchain world. Now guys, let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news guys is a positive one, and that has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and they have published a report called A State of AI in Saudi Arabia. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because the report was unveiled by the President of Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority, that is Dr. Abdullah bin Sharaf Al Gandhi, and this was done at the Global AI Summit that did actually take place on the 9th of September 2024. Now this particular report guys highlights Saudi Arabia's AI advancements from 2019 to 2023. Now look guys, Saudi Arabia has received international recognition for its progress in artificial intelligence, isn't it? And when I prepare for my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast guys, 8 out of 10 news so far as artificial intelligence is concerned is definitely from that region. Now regarding this report, the report identifies 7 key pillars of AI development, that is policies and regulations, investment, infrastructure, data, talent and human capabilities, research and innovation, as well as adoption. Now what I want to do is guys, I do want to go ahead and release a standalone episode. Now if you're someone who wants to collaborate on this, maybe do the voiceover, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now the Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority guys plays a leading role in driving the kingdom's digital transformation and AI agenda, and this particular report showcases efforts to promote artificial intelligence adoption across various government sectors, and this report emphasizes the importance of raising public awareness about AI, and it focuses on the development of a robust AI strategy for the kingdom, promotes the utilization of AI and data technologies across Saudi Arabia, and it also reflects Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority's commitment to fostering data-driven capabilities and innovation. And this report guys aims to position Saudi Arabia as a global leader in data-driven and AI-powered economies, and it outlines Saudi Arabia's achievements in leveraging AI for social benefits and serving humanity. Now look, as I've said this so many times in the past, when you talk about artificial intelligence, the use case is already there, and when artificial intelligence merges with the medical industry, I'm seeing so many life-changing devices, and this report also serves as a valuable resource for tracking global AI trends. It provides insights into Saudi Arabia's success in educating its society on the transformative power of AI, and it showcases the country's AI-driven initiatives aimed at digital modernization. And the Saudi Data for Artificial Intelligence Authority guys has made the report available in both digital and printed formats. Now if I'm not mistaken, all the attendees who attended the session were given the printed formats, but the digital copy guys is available on the website as well, and the digital version of the report can be downloaded from Global AI Summit website. Now based on this report guys, I do want to go ahead and release a standalone episode, and if you want to collaborate, maybe you want to sponsor a session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss the second news, and this is more to do with an event that is taking place called as WULF 2024, and this is done by Cloudera guys, and keynote speakers includes the CEO of Cloudera, that is Charles Sainsbury, Frank Dodod, who's the Chief Revenue Officer, and Abbas Rekhi, who's the Chief Strategy Officer, and Financial Services, Telecommunications, and Manufacturing are among the highlighted industries. And at the event, discussion will cover enterprise AI adoption challenges, hybrid data management, and data infrastructure trends. And Cloudera guys, they offer a hybrid platform for data, analytics, and artificial intelligence. WULF 24 is a multi-day, multi-city global conference series, and Charles Sainsbury has emphasized the event as a key opportunity for collaboration and networking with data and AI experts. Now Cloudera guys, they manage over 25 exabytes of data, positioning itself as the most robust hybrid open data lakehouse, and they help companies harness data for AI-powered decision-making. And Cloudera's platform efficiently and securely manages large volume of data, enabling reliable AI models, and the open data lakehouse guys support scalable, portable cloud-native analytics with privacy and strong focus on maintaining privacy and ensuring responsible AI developments are some of the key themes of having this session, and major global trends in financial services, insurance, media, manufacturing, and governments rely on Cloudera solutions. And the theme of the session that they are focusing on is trusted data today fuels tomorrow's AI. Now unfortunately guys, for some bizarre reason, I'm unable to find out the actual date when the session is going to take place, but as and when I get more information, I'll definitely go ahead and share this. But regarding this event guys, this event is sponsored by IBM, Amazon Web Services, and Red Hat, and they will feature breakout sessions, keynote speakers, and hands-on workshop as well. and industry leaders, consumers and partners from multiple sectors will attend, and they will focus on modern data architecture and benefits of hybrid cloud for enterprise AI acceleration. So definitely keep an eye on when Evolve 24 will kick in, and I'll definitely go ahead and update you guys in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast. So those were the news guys on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question for Carol who asks, what impact do you think Australia's proof of reserve for Bitcoin ETFs will have on a global crypto adoption and transparency? Now this, to be honest, is such a beautiful question, but look, when you talk about proof of reserves, having the proof of reserves done by a centralized entity defeats the whole purpose of having proof of reserves, isn't it? It is kind of like Tether's USDT audit report. Me personally, I'm definitely not liking it because a centralized entity, guys, can definitely go and double spend. And so far as auditing is concerned, if they are, let's say, paid under the table, they can definitely go and feed information that the company wants them to do it, isn't it? Ideally, I'd like to see proof of reserve, which absolutely anyone in the world can go and validate it, rather than relying on a centralized entity to do it. And in this case, the centralized entity, Karen, is Hoseki, isn't it? Now that thing being said, Carol, Australia's adoption of proof of reserve for Bitcoin ETFs, starting with Monocron's Bitcoin ETF, looks like a game changer in the realm of cryptocurrency transparency and regulatory standards. Now the only thing I can say is that they are choosing a trusted third party, that is Hoseki, to provide daily, independently verified proof that all Bitcoin holdings are fully backed. Now at a macro level, for people who don't understand Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, they might think that this might be a new benchmark for transparency, but look, as I mentioned earlier, a centralized entity can definitely go ahead and put out information that the client wants. Now that thing being said, Carol, one of the biggest issues in the cryptocurrency industry has been the opacity around whether firms genuinely hold the assets they claim to back their financial products. And this is the whole notion where Tether kicks in, isn't it? Because in the past we have seen collapse of several exchanges and even platforms due to mismanagement or lack of sufficient reserves. And we can talk about companies like Celsius, Terra Luna, and the notorious FTX as well, isn't it? But so far as Australia's proof of reserve system is concerned, it definitely helps bridge the trust gap to a certain extent by giving investors full confidence that their assets are being safeguarded as opposed to potentially being used for undisclosed purposes. But look, I would really like to see the proof of reserve to be done by absolutely anyone in the world rather than relying on a centralized entity. But regarding this news, Carol, I do feel that in addition to enhancing transparency and trust, the proof of reserve mechanism strengthens investor confidence in long-term holding strategies, and I'm hoping there are regular verifications in place and holders of Bitcoin ETFs are less likely to worry about the solvency or liquidity issues, and that would definitely reduce panic selling during market volatility and promote a more sustainable and stable investment environment, in my opinion. Ultimately, I do feel, Carol, that Australia's move could catalyze a global shift towards greater accountability in the crypto industry, making it a cornerstone for widespread crypto adoption and a safer, more transparent financial ecosystem for digital assets. But look, when you talk about Bitcoin in particular, I'd really like to see all of the actual Bitcoins to be audited by absolutely anyone. Now regarding the proof of reserve, I'm pretty much sure people who truly don't understand the pillars of open blockchain, they would definitely be liking this news, but I definitely do think there's massive areas for improvement. That is just my honest opinion. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays 8 am to 8:30 am we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and now artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.